As Ms. Kochhar was anointed KV Kamath's successor, Ira Dugal met her for a special chat on her big announcement day.
I think the adjustment will take place in various areas. As we speak currently, the adjustment would be of a kind to say, do you maximize your opportunities, in fact, on the treasury side, because of the way things are moving for the banks, and that could be one adjustment. The second would be to say, as the corporates are going through this adjustment phase of riding through their inventory build-up, adjusting to levels where, finally settling where the selling prices would be low and raw material prices would be low, how do you work along with your corporates during these difficult times to hold their hands, so to say, as they adjust? Then gradually, when the corporate cycle starts moving, yes, the adjustment would be to say, how do we partake in their growth? Whether it's no longer just surviving the working capital requirements, but as and when the investment cycles move. The retail part of the story would come back early or late depending on how much correction in interest rates takes place, because the whole retail loan sector is quite interest rate sensitive, and the affordability really depends of course partly on the real estate prices and whether they correct or not, but also partly on the interest rate. So yes, the adjustments will have to be made, because no one single business is going to be correct forever. What is going to be important is to see when has which cycle adjusted and how do you really start participating in each of these different cycles.
Just an extension of that question, Mr. Kamath, to you. In some ways that puts ICICI in a good spot, and I'm not asking a specific question about strategy, but the fact that you've had such a long history of close relationship with the corporates in your old avatar. So the switch should be a smooth one depending on whichever one offers a better opportunity?
Yeah, the switch is already happening, and I think that is why we built different businesses. See, as ICICI Limited, we were vulnerable because we were a single product company. We built the retail business thereafter, and within the retail business, we built several businesses, all as de-risking strategies. And thereafter, we built the global business again as opportunity and de-risking. Of course, we started out on building the rural business, which I think has got a few years to actually gain stature. So I think we are in a position where we have all the building blocks in place. We have history in these businesses, and we have the people. So we can push whichever lever of growth for the institution that we want as we deem fit. And I think that is ICICI's core advantage. Each bank will have to assess whether they have these strengths as each bank responds to the industrial, to the economic environment and the opportunities and the challenges it presents. I think we are well positioned. I would agree entirely with you, not only because of the client base that we had historically, which most of them are still with us, but also because of the building blocks that we have built, particularly in the last 5 or 6 years.
So any regrets at all that, you talked about building a financial conglomerate with the holding company structure, so any regrets that didn't take off?
I think, when I look back in retrospect, our strategy, I'm not talking of last 1.5 years, always has been to be realistic about what is possible and what is not possible. And if something is not possible, then to see what is the next thing that you could do. If you remember, I think we talked about the holding company structure, and particularly in a time when we thought that capital would become a challenge and we needed a structure which would give access to capital. But once we knew that there was a challenge there, we quickly moved in and doubled our capital in the parent itself. So I think the basic challenge that we had, which made us look at an alternative, no longer exists. So frankly, we will be able to operate under any structure that we think in a regulatory context opens up. So I think today there is not an issue.